boy.
Uh-oh.
All right, Stangs. You ready, my dude?
Yeah, dude.
Great. This is the Dumbbells, the personal fitness podcast where I'm Eugene Cordero.
And me, I'm Ryan Stanger. We have discussions and answer questions on all things health and fitness.
This is solely based on our own working experience, a little bit of bro science.
So please keep in mind, we're not doctors, never claim to be.
Nope, just a couple of dumbbells. Love ourselves some fitness. Want to help you with yours.
And the help can start right now.
Too much movement, buddy. You missed your cue.
What's that? The
I
help
said
can start right now.
Yeah, but you started doing some actions. You couldn't figure it out. But you know what?
Oh boy.
We got ourselves a great guest live from home.
Woo!
With pillows in hand.
I was just getting comfy.
Right? With pillows in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude.
Yeah.
Of my dog's names.
Ooh.
Pillows of your dog's names.
Dog pillows.
Dog pillows.
Dog's names.
Pillows. Dog's pillows. But that's not her name. Toni, Charlene, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, guys.
Hi, lady.
Hello.
Toni, thank you for joining us. It's great to see you. It's been too long.
Pleasure. I know. I'm
Toni and I haven't communicated since lockdown started at all.
Not for a second.
Not for 1 second.
You've never communicated?
That's not true.
Maybe like vaguely on a text thread.
Sure.
But even the group that we perform in, basically everybody just went their separate ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say we're like good friends, not talking at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like every other group is like, we have hour-long Zoom conversations and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, truly love them, would take a bullet for any one of them. Haven't seen or talked to any one of them.
Funny, same here. I feel like the Smokes, we can't wait to hang out every week or whenever we can. And I think the first week, that first Monday that everybody was at home, there was like a text chain where it was just like, hey, I have some notes on the show, and that was the bit.
Yeah.
And then after that it ended.
Very similar to us.
Yeah.
Very similar.
Yeah, bit included.
Yeah. Bit, like we did like a kind of a half-assed bit that was us four, and then that was the end of it.
Yeah.
But we're doing this Friday. Are you guys going to do some UCB shows? Huge?
Not this. The Smokes, we haven't decided if I don't even know if we've been reached out to about doing shows yet. But I've done like the Asian AF shows, and then and I did an Ass Cat. So I've done shows, and it's bizarre to do a show from home. I mean, it's kind of bizarre to do this from home. Oh, is everybody taking a drink? But I'm having fun doing this. I don't like that we have to do it from home. I wish like we could at least meet and do this.
Yeah.
Soon.
I think we will soon. But I mean, the Los Angeles orders through July.
Yeah.
Through July. Isn't
that crazy? The stay at home. But is it a stay at home ordered through July, or is it it's a good idea to stay at home through July?
It's vague.
Yeah.
Well, because it's different than the rest. There's some rural parts of California that are on different, but I think with LA.
Did you say the word rural?
Yeah.
Rural. Yeah.
But with LA, and she said, like our public health official or whatever her position is, said that she's not, stuff could happen, who knows, but plan on being home through July.
Toni, you don't have to stay at home because you live around horses and shit, right?
Yeah.
You're in horse country.
Yeah.
In horse country.
The big not controversy, but the big thing in our house going on, obviously through all this awfulness, but
sure.
Drew had to talk me down from adopting a pig.
Talk you down from it?
Yeah.
Not into
just
it.
Because this is not the time to do it, or
to me it's like, if we're gonna do it, this is the best time. Yeah, there's been a few pigs up for adoption, and
well, Toni emailed me. This is one of our few correspondences, and she showed me a picture. She's like, look, this pig is right underneath a spider web that says humble.
Oh wow.
You gotta get it.
Yeah.
It said humble brag, but yeah.
Yeah, humble brag the pig. And I heard that if you are going to adopt a pig, you need 3 sponsors. And one of the sponsors were going to be you, Stanger. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
3
You're a good.
sponsors.
You're a good pig sponsor, huh?
Yeah. I'm a pig myself, so
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah,
in all many ways in how I eat in my vernacular.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh that's
Definitely the way that you are as a man. You're a pig.
yeah, for sure, dude. For sure. You
Yeah.
kidding me? Tony, so what would that entail? Like what do you how big are the pigs when you get them?
Great question. So one
It's
was
still in a shell. It's still in a shell, right?
yeah.
Initially, okay.
What you have to have anyways, so one is one adoption option was
Adoption option.
adoption
do it.
option
do it.
was piglets, because this woman adopted a pig and it was pregnant and then had piglets, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get a
Yeah, you got to get a
and
piglet,
you gotta get a piglet,
especially if they come out of there and you're like, oh, dear.
isn't that rabbit? Oh no,
Yeah.
no, you're right,
I mean, if it came out as a rabbit, that too, I think you would definitely have to get it.
that might be a next adventure, but I see them everywhere, they're so cute. One was piglets. I did a lot of research. They are kind of like toddlers in a way that it's not just a big dog, but they're very like smart. They emotionally like want a lot of attention, and like
You're giving a lot of
you
credit
know.
to my toddler at this point, saying he's really smart. I mean, yes, he does demand the attention, but I don't know if I would say he's smart.
Well, do you think he's smarter than a pig or no?
The jury's out.
Okay. See, this is another reason I should have got it.
Yeah.
But then that seems like, all right, maybe we aren't ready for that. Then a week later, this pig named Kevin Bacon comes up, and they found him wandering the streets. He's crate trained, potty trained, 79 pounds. But like very like smart and you know everything, and it felt like this could be it.
How old is he?
5. So full grown.
Oh, that's full. Yeah.
Yeah. So
is there a dog years, pig years / situation with pig? Like are they
I'm sure there is. And maybe since I don't know this, maybe I'm not equipped to be a pig mom yet. But needless to say, it didn't happen, and I saw the home that it went to, and it was a good home. But we do have plenty of land to do it. Apparently they dig a lot, so you have to kind of like secure that and everything. And there's a few other things, but I think we have a difference of Drew's like, oh, where outside would it stay? Like we can have like a little barn area.
Right.
And I was like, oh, this is an indoor pig.
Yeah.
What do you mean an indoor pig?
You're like Stanger.
Yeah.
I just looked it up really quick. It said they live 15 to 20 years.
They do.
Oh, I thought you meant like 7 years to 1 year.
I thought like, because you know, if a dog
we can kind of do the reverse math on that. If they've got like a lifespan of 20 years, they live a little bit longer than dogs, or like the lifespan of a smaller dog.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 7. Okay. So it's roughly between 5 and 7 years of human years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So 5, you know, who knows?
Are they bred differently if they're an indoor or outdoor pig, or you can make any pig an indoor or outdoor pig?
Okay, so again, these are questions that I don't know the answer, but I'll boldly answer it as though I do.
Yeah.
So I think if you raise them indoors, then they're an indoor pig. They're not like what people would call like
humans. Because people
agree
would
or disagree.
Okay.
No, I don't like what people get pork from that are like 300 pounds.
Right.
So, and they're different breeds, and there's no such thing as like mini pigs, but like pot-belly pigs are smaller, or there's like different breeds and stuff. But I think it's the way you raise them, and yeah.
Got it.
They do like to be dirty though.
They because they don't sweat, and so
Right.
they like
Cools
the
them
dirt
off.
will
Oh,
cool them
cools them
down.
off.
But they're actually very like neat, like what is the word I'm thinking for?
Tight.
They're not.
Tidy.
Yes, they're tidy.
Butlers,
Hygienic.
butlers, are they butlers? Do they clean?
I don't know.
Butlers.
I mean,
I
people
wish.
that love the animals
Hygienic.
always say that shit though. Like, you know, they're cleaner than you are, and then you'll see their dog eat their own shit, and you're like, I don't know. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
I know,
but
I know.
but I will say, they're tidy.
Oh, so tidy was correct.
Yeah, tidy was correct.
Okay.
Well, that's thrilling. I think you'd make a great mom to a pig.
And I also want to come visit just so I can,
yes.
like, if the pig does something good, I can say that'll do, pig.
Okay. Yeah.
Because that's a line that I love from Babe.
Can we talk about Babe lines for a second?
Just like a couple of Babe lines, real fast.
Same director as Mad Max. Got quite the career that guy's had.
No,
Wow,
is it
really?
really?
Yeah. He did the Babe. He did Babe. He did Happy Feet. He did Witches of Eastwick, and then
Wow.
all the Mad Max movies and Lorenzo's
Wow.
Oil. I don't know if you guys. That's a great like medical drama. So
Sure.
nothing that guy can't do. Now here's an interesting development. While we're catching up, we'll get into some. What's that?
Here we go.
Doubt it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Me and Tony are on the same page.
Well, I want both your guys' opinions on this.
Okay.
Stanger family going to adopt the dog. Gonna happen. Put our names in with all the other dummies that are doing it right now too.
Yeah. Good.
So of course,
Right
I've reached out to some adoption place and they're just like, fuck off. We have like 5 million applicants for dogs. You know, if I had done this 3 months ago, it would have been,
Sure.
I had my pick of the litter. Yeah, so we're starting the process on that.
That's so
Wow.
exciting.
Yeah. I mean, Nancy and Stone, wife and son, for new listeners, have
in that
always-
order. In that order.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They've wanted that for a while, and I've been the holdout just because you know, I told them, I said, look, this is a lot of responsibility for me. So
Yeah. Exactly.
we can all take this on, which is basically me fucking doing everything. But we're just fucking at home all the time and foreseeable, you know, couple of months. So
Yeah.
it'd be a good way to get a puppy trained and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see
You have a good yard for it too, because it's like all enclosed and
Yeah. Yard's good, fenced in.
yeah.
And
do you still have a cat?
still have a cat,
Oh, okay.
but he's like he's like 16 years old and like an old
Oh, wow.
boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sure.
Old, and like old for, you know, some cats you see, they're 20 and they're jumping around like our fucking cat looks old. Like he looks like that guy Blue now. You remember that guy Blue from
Old
Wedding
School?
Crash or Old School? Yeah.
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 He's all like old and mangy and stuff now. So I don't think I don't even know if the dog will notice the cat, you know.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
so exciting.
What do you
That
guys
is
think?
great.
What should I do?
I mean, is there
Breeder?
there's
For
some
sure.
rescue place that you've already reached out to?
I'm gonna shell out big bucks to a breeder. Get
Oh, good
myself
for
a
you. Yeah.
designer dog. No, there's a bunch of people people that I follow. Like I just added on whatever dog shelter places they've been following.
Yeah.
And so, but they're all like real confusing. You know, it's like
Sure.
you'll see a dog and they're like, please, this dog needs a home, and then I'll be like, hey, we have it, and they're like, nah, well, there's 8,000 people that want that dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I
Yeah.
think
Strange.
turning in applications is good to have it on file. And I think, yeah, of course, like following these places maybe on Instagram. I don't know how social you are. I think putting it out there is good too, because sometimes they'll be like, oh, I know of a person or a person. Is there anything particular like you're looking for? Like we definitely want a
Size-wise.
girl
Yeah.
or like this size, or like we unfortunately can't have a non-shedding, or like what is there any hopes or need?
The dog ideally would shed a lot and have aggressive behavioral issues.
Yeah.
With children and cats?
Yeah,
And
bad
and
with kids, bad
hate
with cats.
humans.
Yeah.
Barks all night.
We want him to guard resources. Like we're looking if he's like
Yeah.
aggressive towards guarding resources.
Okay.
No, I mean, I don't know. Like we want medium size, but it could be smaller. I just don't think our house can accommodate too big of a dog.
Mhm.
We have like a tiny house. And then
Yep.
ideally, like I would like to get it relatively young and
Sure.
train it ourselves, as opposed to kind of, even if it is a well-trained dog, I'd like the Stone to have the experience of bonding with it and
Yeah.
training when it's a puppy.
And like
Gotcha.
stepping in shit in the house. Yeah, that kind of
that whole
stuff.
deal.
Yeah. That's fun. When you know you've done it wrong and there's a little bit of shit in the house.
Yeah.
That's always good.
So it's tough because I know, and then like a lot of places, like they'll find them fosters until they're like not puppies anymore, and they're
Yeah.
like, all right, now who wants it?
Well, we're definitely
We're
we're definitely a foster failure where we fostered, and immediately just took her.
I fear that. Like that's what started me on looking at different dog things that I saw pigs is like
Yeah.
okay, like what can I do? I'm at home. How can I help? Like what is like, oh, get a dog. And then I was like, oh.
Yeah.
We might end up with a lot of dogs.
A dog sled team.
Yeah, you'll have a whole crew. You have 2 dogs.
Yes.
There they are.
Oh shit.
Oh man. Foz.
Fuzz.
Poodles.
Poodle mixes.
I like
think-
those poodles. I like
don't
the
think
poodle.
Wiley's like poodle, but she's like a hyperallergenic.
Yeah, Wiley wants to be. She's a
Yeah.
poser.
She's her whole life. I saw her baby pictures, and they said like Maltese Schnauzer mix.
Got it.
Um,
Trish, my wife has been following this poodle. I guess it's a Labradoodle mix
mm,
Yeah, those are cool.
that's just been cuddling with this little boy every night.
Yes,
Like there's like
yes.
3 of them, and they all like
Mhm.
just hold this boy, and the boy holds them like they're. So now that we have another little one on the way, like Trish is like, should we get one of those?
I
I'm like,
mean,
Yeah.
What the hell?
Why
Those
not?
ones are cute. They look like big old Muppets or something.
Oh,
The
yeah.
ones with
they
like the big.
are. I want
yeah.
it so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? To be honest, a bigger dog too, they are, I mean, the size of the dog ends up being pretty chill, like based on your home life. So
Yeah.
even if you feel like you live in a smaller place, like sometimes the bigger dogs just kind of like find their corner that they love and then just hang out there.
Well, and it's not the size of the dog in the fight; it's the
Oh,
size
boy.
of the fight in the dog.
You you cut out for a second, Stanger, of my life.
Hey, if you can't run with the big dogs,
Sure.
stay on the porch,
Yeah.
bitch.
Good one. Nice. Wow.
Cool. This guy's cool.
That guy's so cool. He's a pig. Wait, so Tony, what's going on? How is being at
yes.
home without the pig, but with the dogs and having the house, and you guys, have
Tony's been
have each
working
other.
out.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah. So we have so I consider myself very, very lucky. It's hard to complain. We're able to get food. We
Sure.
have space to spread out. So no complaints that way. It's been we've been here a while.
Yeah.
The first 2 weeks was nuts. Taco Bell, pizza, Chinese food.
Wait, that was the first 2
drinking.
weeks?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
When it was like, hey, stay in, you guys were like, oh, we're still gonna get takeout and go and get that kind of stuff?
Oh no. Yeah.
No. I'm just
we
curious.
had it delivered.
Oh, got
Is
it.
that
Got it.
bad?
No. I don't know.
Just relax. You're fine.
Everybody's fine. I don't.
Everybody's
I just
fine.
didn't know. I didn't know how, like, people interpreted. Like in our household, as soon as we found out, it was like okay, and then it was basically like the purge. Like we like gated up our house, like
Mm,
in that
sorry.
way. But it doesn't it really didn't change anything, because then, a couple of weeks later, then, I'll go out for groceries and blah, blah, blah. And, you know,
A couple
and
of weeks later.
yeah, it
We're
was a couple,
starving. It's
it was a couple of weeks later. But, but, I was just like, the idea that going ham on, on Taco Bell delivery
Oh
is funny
yeah.
to me. I mean,
And
I
I
think
mean
I get it.
nuts.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I've seen some of that though, that because Shannon, who we had on 2 weeks ago, Shannon O'Neill,
Yeah.
talked about like some people in New York initially looked at it as like a snow day. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, cool. We'll
Sure.
party a little bit, even if you weren't mentally or like actually saying that, but like in the back of your mind mentally, that's what was happening. So people were kind of drinking and eating a little bit,
Yeah.
and then it like wears off. You're like, oh shit, I'm fucking stuck in this. I got to make some changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we
yeah.
were coming off of like a vacation and we just slid right in. We're like, and I was going to Go Tribe, and then it's like, I'm not seeing my trainer. This doesn't count. Like, I'm
Right.
gonna eat
not
and
happening.
do whatever. It's not happening. I'm
not
not
happening.
logging this. No way. And
First
I'm
things
not gonna
first,
see
let's
her.
get a little Taco Bell in.
Yeah.
Let's we need to figure out what's going on. Let's get a little
Yeah.
Taco Bell, and then we'll
I
assess
might not
the
be able to ever have it again.
Yeah.
What is pizza like now?
Right. Pizza's gonna, after the quarantine, pizza's gonna change.
It's gonna change.
Taco
Who
Bell is
knows?
gonna change.
Yeah.
Soup Plantation is gonna be gone forever.
I mean, and that was true.
And that was true. Those were
And
the
that
three
was true.
things that were on everybody's top of the list of what was gonna happen. What's
Yeah.
pizza gonna be like? What Taco Bell's not gonna be the same, and Soup Plantation is gonna be gone.
Yeah.
Not that they should have been closed because of the name years
know.
ago, but
yeah,
yeah.
Still sticking with that name? Okay.
Yep. No, not anymore.
yeah.
But yeah, going nuts. I mean,
So you guys went crazy.
drinking, and I'm talking like lunch could be Chinese food, dinner could be Taco Bell. I'm
Wow.
not even talking one meal a day. It was
And then drink it, and then like put
Oh,
them
yeah.
down.
all
But you
day.
guys- you guys
all
were-
day.
Let's be honest, you guys were coming off of a cruise. So
We
you're
were coming off
ready.
of a cruise, another dumb thing.
So you guys were ready
That
to
was.
drink.
I didn't get to make fun of you for that. That was unbelievable.
There's
Yeah,
two
but
aspects to that. There's two aspects to that cruise that I just could not get over. A, that it was so close to this, and B,
Yes.
that what it was for.
Star Trek. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. I mean, it obviously we didn't know what it was,
Right.
COVID-19 what, but even before we were getting like emails being like, all right, if your passport, if you've been to China within the past like 6 months, we're not able to. And like, it was starting to get like more often than like Italy and stuff. And I was like
Yeah.
concerned. And I was like, Drew, should we like this? I'm getting like really freaked out. Also, it's a Star Trek cruise.
Right.
But like,
So you were
what
freaked
are-
out already. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm freaked out. And Drew just has this blind confidence about him, and he's like, "Oh no, don't worry." And I was like, "Yeah, okay." He's not reading or listening to any of that. But it turned out to be fine. It was actually a really fun cruise. First time on a cruise. But that was also like, yeah, insane. Just nonstop food and drinking. And then
Yeah.
just sliding into quarantine was just like, when will this stop? Well, Tony, you're in control of that. But it was like truly waiting for an outside,
Was there an outside somebody, or did it take both of you? Was it one of you guys hinting at the other one to
well,
let's
Drew's still
rein
on
it
the
in?
party train.
He is.
He's like, I'm gonna do whatever I want. I think he calls it like super fat fuck nights. Like,
I love it.
he's like just eats whatever drink. I was just kind of getting tired of it, and then I started these like classes in writing
Mhm.
that I was just like, oh, this is like my schedule, and then like dialed in. Maybe subconsciously, I don't think this is true, but maybe subconsciously it's like, oh, this is something I can control and
Yeah.
like, do. So then it went like hyper specific into that, where it's just like, working out every day, logging my meals, eating healthy, not drinking, and like yeah,
So you
all of
started locking into a structure, and then like you like structure. So then once you found it, you were like, great, this is feeling normal to me, and
yeah.
okay, yeah,
Yeah, it was just kind of like, because it was like I I was at one point, we went to New York in November, and we were there for maybe less than a week, and I had like put on some pounds that were like taking some time to come off, that I wanted off. It was nothing like crazy or what have you.
yeah.
But I was just like, no, still still getting over this one vacation you had months ago. What do you think this is gonna do, Tony?
Carrying
Right.
around New York in November for the rest of your life.
I
Yeah.
mean, truly.
I get it. So people, we talked a little bit off the air, but people should know that you're taking challenging yourself with multiple writing classes right now, which is great, like a good way to make some use of your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan Brown wrote the Harry Potter books during the swine flu, I think. Isn't that what people are saying?
Dan Brown.
Yeah, Dan Brown. He wrote Jurassic Park during SARS.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice. I
Cool.
thought you said Harry Potter.
He
I
did.
changed it.
He changed it because neither of them work.
Shakespeare wrote some fucking play
Got
during
it.
the fucking
Yeah,
plague,
during the
all right?
plague.
It's-
Yep.
I'm doing a bit. I'm doing a little bit of a bit. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's good. So that makes you accountable for something, and then the rest of it kind of falls into place when that happens. You know.
Yeah, I have I need accountability because on my own that's why I would go to my gym. I need to be more of an adult, but truly if it's like nobody's watching, all right.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, that's hard, and especially in this, it feels like because the accountability kind of has to be on yourself because it's not like people are checking up on you every day and
Mhm.
going to the gym or having that structure. You at least see people, and I think the accountability now of like checking in with a text that gives you at least something because you know that there's you know um so much more that you have to kind of just base on like, yeah, no, I did it. Did you not? Did you not see that I did it? Yeah, I did it.
It's also
Totally.
like, who am I lying to?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
why am I what? Nobody gives a fuck.
So how is your gym working now? Are they just kind of basing it off of what you might have at home? Is it one-on-one training? Is it like a class situation that you zoom in on, or
You
what's
got
going
some
on?
gear? Did you get some gear?
So I changed okay. So I'll run down the thing. So obviously there's no group classes. I switched to, I think it's Fit 90. And so I still have my trainer, Cricket, love her.
Mhm.
And we'll check in Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We'll like do text and we still have a video call. And they have streaming classes. So they'll like be at the gym alone and doing their workout. And then at home you have like yours, but it's body weight stuff, or if you don't have a weight, use this, or if you have like some canned food, you
Yeah.
use that. And they'll have that programming. I've been kind of doing my own thing. I love step, and we have steps, and so I've just kind of been watching like TV and doing my own step, but I'll have my heart rate monitor. So
Got it.
I'll give myself a
Mm.
goal of like 500 calories, or like at least 25 minutes in the yellow, which is a zone that your heart rate
Yeah.
is in. So I've been doing that, and I've been very diligent and good about that.
But how do the workouts work with the tribe or tribe 90 thing? Like, is it like, do they record them and
What
then
are
you
you
just
asking? What are you asking?
well, do you
What's
do it whenever
happening?
you
Yeah,
want
go.
to, or is it like a live one where they're streaming and you're supposed to be doing it at like 7 a.m. when they're doing it at 7 a.m.?
Yeah, so like they have an app where you, for the Go Fit 90, they have like professional videos that they've done, because they've been doing this for like over a year. So
Yeah.
they kind of have a jump on the game. And then they'll do streaming, and you'll have like on Facebook or Zoom or what have you. And then those will be kept in their archives on their wall or whatever, but you can also like tune in to at that time, and
So you
they'll be,
can
like,
either do
streaming
it live or do it on your own time.
Yeah, that's a easier way to say that.
They have an
Mhm.
in-demand option, and then they have a live option.
Yeah.
They also have like I'm not a part of the different memberships. They also have like Zooms where they'll like watch people, and I'm like, mm-mm.
Yeah.
that was another thing when I was easing myself back into like working out. And again, I love working out, but it was like I would just be, they would do like warm-ups or stuff like that, and I would just be on the couch just kind of like, oof, like stretching
Yeah.
like doing it, not having my heart rate monitor on, and being like, like
Oh man.
like a child being, I don't know, punished. I do have equipment. We've slowly like gained equipment. I'm kicking myself. Remember when I bought those kettlebells that were way too heavy?
Yeah, that weren't that heavy. They weren't that heavy either. You're like, this is crazy. It was like a 30-pounder or something.
Did you sell
I
it?
wish you bought one and Ryan bought one.
I have that slam ball, and I
Oh, that's what it is.
go
Yeah.
bananas on it. I love it. It's
Yeah.
like one of my favorite things that I've been using. I was like, and every time I use it, I like, man, thank goodness Tony just wanted to get rid of this one.
What is that? What is the weight of it?
30.
Oh, okay. I have a 15.
Yeah.
So I have like, we have these like bullshit. I should have like.
I mean, the
grabbed some
30
from
is
the room.
heavy for a slam ball. Like,
I wouldn't
am-
want that. Oh, I
yeah.
have one by me. So I have a 15 slant ball and like a wall ball that's like 10. I have a kettlebell that's like 20 and 10. I'm really kicking myself. I gave up on those like
Yeah.
kettlebells now.
Because I just
random
know
equipment.
I know how strong you are, and I was like, I think this will be good, but I felt
was like-
bad for steering you in that direction.
No, you were very helpful. I was like, do you want any weights? I bought these and they're heavy. And you're like, yeah, I'm fine.
Man. I know.
Uh,
I'm doing this. There was my flat bench I bought, and I brought it over to Tacoma while we were shooting, and I left it there at the studio. And I'm like, oh, I'll get it later. Like, who cares?
Sure.
And now it's just sitting there, and I'm just like, when am I ever like, that's locked up anyway until we either do hear that we get more episodes or don't, and I can't get anybody to be like, hey, can you just get that bench back to my house? But
please.
Let's plan a heist. I'll
Yeah.
break in there with you.
Oh yeah, for a pinch.
Yeah.
Honestly, absolutely.
bench heights. Well, now I looked at that same bench, and they're tripled the price of it.
It's
Oh,
nuts.
at least.
Yeah.
Gouging. I was like, you're assholes.
Yeah.
Everybody in the gym, like, I get it. If you're struggling, your gym is struggling, but don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
Right.
Fucking opportunistic. If only you had an 80-pound pig to bench press.
Oh
Yeah.
my
That'd be
gosh.
perfect.
Just running around, hanging
Just
out.
running
Just
around,
want-
indoor, outdoor. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Who
Oh,
cares?
gosh.
Holding
I
it
gotta-
for squats.
Oh, I wish. I got a weight vest, and
Oh,
it
yeah.
really hurts. It hurts my shoulders more than I thought it would.
Oh, just because the weight is like.
I guess
is
it
right
makes
there.
sense, but
Yeah.
I thought it, yeah, it just.
I have a way. I've found that running and stuff. If the weight if the weight vest, I put it tight enough against my shoulders, but like really tighten the waist part of it, so it
Mhm.
doesn't move up and down so much. It's alleviated some shoulder pain,
Yeah. Okay.
because that's a lot of it too. I'm like, oh man, it's really it feels like it's doing what it's supposed to do, which is weigh you down, but it's like it's like a backpack.
yeah, by one part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think once your functional strength improves too, wear it for less time.
What?
Know. What's that?
What? That's my
I-
functional strength.
Once you get stronger as a human being, then you don't need to worry about it hurting your brittle bones, is what he's saying.
How dare you?
That's what you
That's
meant, right,
exactly
Steiner?
what I meant. It's
Yeah.
exactly what I said. Yeah, it's exactly what I meant.
I will
Uh,
give a shout out one more time to Cricket. I remember, speaking of the individual training and her doing it over Zoom, I remember when I was in Fiji, and she was my trainer. She would over FaceTime train me, and just watching her watch me train in this thing in this hotel room, it was brutal. I was just like, oh. She's watching me huff and puff. She's like, "You got it." I'm like, "What are you doing? Having coffee?" Like, I don't like this.
Yeah, I did that with when I was like going back and coming back. I briefly had Kristen, another trainer at the gym, and I was in China and we were doing a workout, and I was just I was doing a warm up, and like it was so bad, and she's like, "Oh, like maybe the air or the towel." Yeah, man, like just looking for anything to be like, I'm just a sweaty fuck that can't get through the warm up. That's like, and we got a whole like hour of it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
Okay.
It's crazy. It's funny that now that's like so normal that people are doing Zoom or
Sure.
or FaceTime workouts, but like that felt so ridiculous. I was like, I would never do this again. Now I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
totally.
I want to jump into a class to see what other people are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you like working out just at home and just finding some step videos and just like moving your heart rate really high, huh? Just getting the cardio side up.
It's gotten better, because before it was just like I said, it was like dragging myself to like
Yeah.
warm up to do this, and then like if I don't like some moves, I was like, oh, I'm not going to, like, I need somebody watching me. So I've slowly gotten into a thing of like, all right, I have however you want to get to these 500 calories or this like 45-minute workout, do it, but like that's for you to figure out. I have these resources. I'm available to do these resources, but I think having that particular goal was like,
Fucking
Yeah.
figure it out, Tony.
I can
Whatever you
figure it
wanna
out.
do
Truly,
It doesn't
dummy.
matter how you get there. Just figure it out, Tony. Could you?
you're an adult.
I-
Figure it out, buddy.
My progression was I started pretty strong when all this happened, as far as being on a schedule, being consistent, time of day, that kind of thing. And then like I just hit this like fucking wall where I was just like, man, I don't want to do shit, and I would still kind of fit it in, but it was getting like late in the day. And then Eugene and I would joke, if you miss one day, you feel like fucking
You feel like
shit.
an animal who just doesn't know how to control themselves.
What a monster. I miss what I did. Nothing today. Nothing. And so I've been going, but it's just like, man, they'll be like, I have like these weird existential moments where I'm just like, barefoot, like doing kettlebells in my house. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, what even is this? It's like 3 p.m. I'm just like, the fuck. Like, I've never been more tempted just to stop and walk away, but I somehow just finish it. But it just is like, there's
Just
not a
into
lot.
the ocean.
Yeah. Just wander into the street, no mask.
It is weird. It's like an embarrassing, weird thing. Like I would walk out of this room that I'm in now. That's like our laundry room where I have been working out recently because the garage has some issues going on as they're rebuilding it. But I would walk out of here and I'm drenched because I'm doing whatever high intensity workout, and just open the door and there's just my son and Trish just running after each other, and they look at me and Trish is just like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah. I mean, I worked out, but I feel like an asshole now because I'm just drenched and I just opened the door like, like I just got away with a murder."
Yes, it's weird being observed. Same. And like I sweat a ridiculous amount. So it
I'm such a sweater. It's like
terrifies people.
Disgusting. I don't think it is officially, but I think it's like the talk of the gym.
Is how much you sweat?
Yeah.
So
you were going. No, does Drew still go to Go Tribe as well?
Yes, in the sense that it's closed, but like the streaming and stuff like that.
Yeah. He's still working out with.
Yeah, not as frequent as he was, but yeah.
Yeah.
He does like the videos. He likes to chat, and so he'll try to do them when they live stream, so he can like in the chat box do bits.
Sure.
That's his motivation. He's a very like a big thing of the gym for him is community, where that we have a great community, but that's not necessarily my driving like.
Right. Yeah. And I could see that that's totally his thing. That was the, the opposite for me when
Same,
it comes
yeah.
to a gym. You know, I love them. I love, but it's just like a community who has too much to say to me during the day is too much.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. But that's just my personality, I guess. I know.
So Tony, tell us about food. So you made some adjustments to food, obviously.
Before she gets
yeah,
deep
please.
into it, there was a question on the live chat that was, what's your go-to Taco Bell order?
Great.
Just let's get the bad stuff, or not even bad, but just the what people want.
Indulgent stuff.
Indulgent stuff.
Absolutely. Chalupa with beans instead of meat.
Ooh.
Baja style. So there's no cheese. Add jalapenos, real jalapenos, not the sauce.
Ooh.
And then I'll also do, like, when I wasn't vegan, would be a bean burrito, green sauce, extra cheese, sour cream, a cheesy roll up. Oh, nachos, Bel Grande with no meat.
Do you not eat cheese anymore? Are you completely vegan?
Not. I try to be.
Okay.
I've failed during this quarantine.
Got
I
it.
try to lean to a plant-based diet. but yeah.
Plant-based. Uh-huh.
Oh, what else? Oh, the Frito burrito. With no with no meat. Black bean and rice burrito. It's hard to get a black bean and rice cheesy bean. Oh, that's a different thing. It's hard to get a black bean burrito because not a lot of them do a black bean. I'm very excited by this.
Yeah.
And then cheesy bean and rice burrito. What's
This is all very not vegan, since there's so much cheese going on. Yeah.
And they have the triple lupa, which is
No idea
this,
what that means.
I'll show you a picture.
Oh, good. Thanks.
It's this, like, a chalupa?
Sure.
So imagine 3 small ones all connected together.
Why not just make the normal one? Why would you need
Great
to
as
connect
hell.
them?
I don't know, man, but I got it. It's great.
Why do you have to connect a smaller version? I mean, I guess it's the same as like sliders and stuff, right?
Yeah,
It's just
like a sub sandwich versus
yeah.
What's a Frito burrito?
Burrito with Frito chips in it.
That makes sense. All right.
Yeah, it's in the name, I guess, huh?
Amazing. What else is there? But
What size Fritos? The dip size or the traditional size?
I'm gonna say tradish.
Tradish, okay.
Tradish.
Which size do you guys prefer on the Fritos? The big scoops or tradish?
I like scoops. I'm like scoops. It's always I'm only dipping them in chili, so I need them as scoops. I'm never gonna eat Fritos as just
alone,
as just like a chip to eat.
Never.
You never eat them loose?
No, I never eat loose Fritos. There always has to be some kind of. I'm always using it as a dipping device into like some kind of dip.
All right.
What about the chili Fritos? You know those?
I don't know if I know those.
Like they're flavored with chili or something, dusted with chili.
Oh, they're so good. I like them. Where was I? I was somewhere where we were, like, I think high or something, getting snacks from a vending machine, like at a hotel, and I was like, oh, like chili Fritos, and everyone was like, oh yeah, gross, and I was like,
I'm joking.
Almost started. I was just like, I didn't get them in front of people, and then later that night I did. But
we're gonna get some snacks. What does everybody want? I don't know. Maybe you should get some chili Fritos for some of the dumb people that want those. I don't, but
garbage
might be some idiot that wants those or something. I don't know. What do you guys with Cheetos? Do you like the crunchy ones or the cheese, the puffy
or the
ones?
Cheese puff. I would say puffs.
You like puffs more than crunchy?
You're talking about the ones that are just like basically air, like cheese balls, like the cheese ball ones that are like just kind of.
Yeah.
I like the crunchy ones.
Same.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I have bad chip taste. I get
no,
it.
You don't. You have
no, not at all.
Funyuns? You guys like Funyuns?
I'll go Funyuns.
I mean, it's a worst case scenario.
It is.
They're not going to be my number one pick. Funyun. If you could get like some Ruffles or something else, or
what about
Ruffles? If we're doing a draft or for a party, yeah.
What's your number one draft pick for chips?
Mine?
Tony.
I mean, you're not gonna get. Well, okay, if we have dips, then I'm gonna go tortilla. And that
okay.
seems lame because it's like you don't really eat like.
No.
Yeah, that's more of the dip. You're talking
Yeah.
about more of what the dip choices are.
But what
So
kind
what
of
about-
clay are we talking about? Right.
We're talking
yeah.
about just chip. We're talking about just
Chips in a bowl.
chips
Yeah.
on its own. You're just
Okay.
gonna eat some
Alright.
chips on its own.
You
What
ready
is
for
your
it? You're not
go-to?
gonna like it.
I'm
Sour
gonna love
cream,
it.
sour cream and onion.
That sounds great.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
Also,
Sour-
a lot of chips have like milk on them. I can't really, or I don't really.
Yeah,
eat a lot of them.
you do, but you just don't all the time.
Wow, chips have milk on them, and you got to dip cookies in milk.
Yeah.
Weird.
You're talking about
Big milk.
sour cream. You're talking about sour cream and chives or whatever, right? Sour cream
Sour
and
cream and
onion.
onion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah,
but,
that has milk in it.
but you would be, yeah, but you would be surprised if you read the back of a label of how much it's like contains milk
Yeah.
Wow.
in chips. That I'm like,
All right,
why?
we
See-
got to do our potato chips. Number one, let's get some milk.
Let's get
Wait,
some
Stanger,
milk.
what's yours? What's your chip choice?
Fucking A, dude. That's a great fucking question. I gotta say, I agree with Tony. Like, I love chips and salsa and chips and guacamole, so it would be tortilla chips. But I know we're doing chips in a bowl, so I'll. but I
Okay,
don't- I
everybody
don't-
says tortilla chips then for
I-
the
hey, I
fucking
don't-
one.
No, I'm just saying that I don't think that's. I get why she said that because I'm. the
Me
same.
too, I
It's not
guess.
a-
Yeah, me too.
It's
Yeah,
not a
me too.
boring choice to me. Huge.
Yeah. No, I think it's great. I would choose the same because it's more about the dip. But that's like
I'm
what
shocked
kind of
you
dip
guys
you
are able to understand
Um.
why I would choose it.
I'm
yeah.
just wondering, what would you just be your straight dip chip?
No, that means
No,
just
not-
chip in a bowl. No dips.
Chip in a bowl.
I mean,
yeah.
Just your chips in a bowl dip. And just washing that clean slate. I'm slating clean.
Okay, great. You think about that
ah.
editor.
Yeah.
I
What
couldn't
would be
even
your
do it.
chip? What's your chips? What's your chips?
What's
God,
your
just straight chip in a bowl.
What's your
Fucking
straight
A.
chip in a bowl, dog?
Straight chip in a bowl. Probably tortilla chips that I dip in
Oh
guac.
my God, I
Oh my
swear to God.
Unbelievable.
I'm just trying to answer the question.
Honey.
Uh, fucking. Let me.
Yeah, think about
here.
it. Think about
Well,
it.
Flavor.
I like just let me. I'm trying to be honest. I don't want to pick the cool answer.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to look cool on YouTube Live.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not trying. I'm trying to come at this honest and accessible so that the listeners will get me.
We're moving on
Um,
real fast. So
yeah.
let's get it. Let's get it.
I like those the potato chips that are kettle chips that are
Yeah,
they're like
yeah.
a little crunchier potato
Mhm.
chips.
Sure.
Those are pretty good.
And
Like
that
what
just,
flavor though?
just original flavor, just salted
Yeah,
chips.
just I don't like
Jalapeno?
I don't like too much flavor doctoring, like too much
Got it.
flavor chemistry happening.
Plain
um,
chips, please.
Please, let me get plain chips.
Could I have some water chips?
I'll also take anything that a white male will take. God. We
Hey,
get
you guys
it.
like your chips dusted in milk, it seems
Yeah.
like. So it's not me. Sorry.
I will
Oh,
be
yeah.
honest. Now that I said that, like all that way, my chip of choice is Hawaiian Maui Wowie. I guess we're all staying on course with
Those are good, dude.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
else? You know what else is good? You take tortilla chip, little salsa, guacamole. Fucking good
Hell
as
yeah.
hell, dude.
Heard of it,
And
heard of
hummus,
it.
maybe?
Oh, I love
Ooh.
pita chips and hummus.
Pita chips and hummus are great.
Or even a tortilla.
Oh, we're doing. I thought we were doing. Let's eat.
This might be my edible kicking in, but do you think root beer do you think that
Just end
barbecue
there.
chips
Root beer. Do
This
you
might be
think
my
a-
edible coming in, but root beer.
This might. Who knows? I don't know if this is the drugs or not, but root beer.
Guys, don't
take it
tell
or
me.
leave it?
Yeah, don't tell me if this is true or not. This might just be the edible kicking in, but root beer.
Root beer.
That there root beer. You get yourself some root beer.
Yeah.
down to Go
Root
down to
beer.
the bayou. Get to the bayou and get yourself some root beer.
Get
Yeah,
that
it's
beer
not
there.
kicking in
That
yet.
root beer.
Sorry, barbecue or root beer? What are you asking?
Do you think barbecue chips? Do you think root beer?
Mhm.
Okay.
Here it
Holy
is.
shit.
Do you think that barbecue chips are the root beer of soda.
Oh, I see. I totally see what you're saying.
Yes,
and it
where
is
you
the
mean
edible
it's like an
I
kind.
talked
I
about
just,
this before.
acquired taste where you can only have it every once in a while, and when you have it, it's fine, but it's
yeah,
not.
like if
Yeah.
we're to label,
or
don't you
equally
think?
polarizing.
Oh
There's
yeah,
barbecue chip people that love them, and
Yeah.
there's root beer people that love them, but
yeah.
they're often divisive. Like they'll, you know.
Yeah, root
Like
beer. Both of those things are one of those things where it's just like every once in a while, sure, but it's
Yeah.
not like I'm gonna attack it.
Number one, I love a good root beer, but I rarely have it, and it's
mhm.
probably not my number one soda choice. But I would say I would drink and go to root beer more frequently than I would a barbecue chip. But I
Hmm.
don't hate a barbecue chip, but I'm avoiding it if they're out there.
I meant if barbecue chips were a soda, don't you think it would be root beer?
Yeah. This might
Thank
be.
you, YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I agree.
okay.
I think you're onto something with that. I
Yes.
was just speaking to my own kind
No,
of
yours makes
relationship,
more sense. Yeah.
No,
my
it
own
doesn't.
relationship. But I think as a general statement,
Yes.
that's a good. That's solid. I think it's sound. I get it tracks.
And
Okay.
then our Funyuns cream soda.
Oh, nice. I was gonna say Mountain Dew, but I
Ooh,
don't
Mountain
think
Dew,
that's
yes.
fair.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. I think
Okay.
Mountain Dew tracks because Mountain Dew is kind of gross to a lot of people.
Those are my. I love.
Funyuns and Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I remember I broke down once. Toni helped me, and he brought Funyuns and Mountain Dew. Love them, love them so much.
Oh,
Dave
wow.
Toonie,
Dave
friend of the
Toonie.
show.
Friend of the show, friend of Tony with the Funyuns in the Mountain
Absolutely, yeah. I'm a dirtbag teen boy.
Dew.
I think you're fine though. You know, when everybody was panic buying, you'd be fine. There'd be plenty of Mountain Dew and
Oh, yeah.
Funyuns.
Absolutely.
Nobody cared.
You did get a good peek into like what's not selling when you'd go and there'd be like
Yeah.
empty cupboards, but there'd be like one flavor of something. You're like, whoa,
It would be
maybe
so embarrassing. Yeah.
take a lesson there, Frito-Lay. This flavor of chip varietal is not selling.
Yeah.
I remember going to the grocery store and just being like, "Oh, now all you assholes like Spam? Fuck you."
Got him.
Spam really had a renaissance.
Really went through it. Yeah. Yeah, they did.
Okay, so now as we're kind of wrapping things up here, I want to hear Toni. You made the well, we're slowly.
No. I have no sense of time. Sorry.
We're circling the aircraft carrier. We'll land eventually.
Yeah.
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah. We're landing in the water.
Yeah, we're gonna land in the water. It's like the Top Gun Nintendo game that was impossible to refuel and land in. It's for all you people out there, NES fans out there.
Good for you.
So you made some adjustments to food. How did you round the corner on that? And then what has been the challenges moving forward with that, if that makes sense?
Yeah. So stop eating out. We do imperfect produce, so that'll be like a delivery service of vegetables and everything, which is great. And then for a little bit, I was doing maybe I shouldn't. Well, whatever. I was doing Thistle, which is like they have like a vegan meal service along with like non-vegan stuff.
What is that? That's just like a meal service. That's like a meal prep delivery service type situation.
Yes, that's exactly the words I was searching for. Yeah, and I was doing that for a little bit. I'm on my last week. Some of the recipes weren't like phenomenal for me, but again, I'm a garbage person, so take that as you will. Maybe it would be great for so that was good. Just kind of cooking more at home. Not that I'm isn't it amazing how many of our friends are just straight up chefs? Like it's pretty insane. I see a lot of like things and I'm like, wow, that looks amazing. Or maybe my bar is too low. I'll just cook like regular things of just like vegetables and tofu.
Sure.
That's great.
So yeah, stuff like that.
So you just kind
of
you locked it in by
what have you been doing? People have been asking us. Oh, I was just saying cravings.
Yeah.
Oh, So
being in the house all day with those snacks around, you know. I mean,
that's the thing. So we'll do like a Sprouts delivery or something like that, and we just won't get any sweets or anything like that, or any junk food, which is how I grew up. Like, the idea of having a bag of chips at home aside from tortilla chips is crazy to me.
that's the
Like, you
same. That
don't
was the
do it.
same for me growing up. My mom would
Yeah.
occasionally we'd splurge on something, but it was like we would have tortilla chips, but that was as
Yeah,
far as she'd
or
go.
like soda or ice. Like, I still have to comprehend, I guess, in a lot of ways, being an adult, but like being able to be like, you can't buy that. Like, what are we
Sure.
doing? So I don't have them around, and my cravings will go away. And I think this is super lame, and I get it, but I think when you eventually make the adjustment, because again, I was going bananas, that it makes your cravings less, or more, not less, in a more specific way, where before I'd be like, I would kill for like some Magpies, which is like a vegan ice cream place, but now I'm like, oh, I want an apple and almond butter. And I know that's fucking gross to say out loud, and it's just like, oh really? I know they're not the same, but I think sometimes when you get on a healthier track,
Yes.
that
Yeah.
like
Once you turn that
those
corner,
things.
then that, you know, like then you start focusing in on healthy snacks. I mean, that's just usually how it goes, especially if you don't have that stuff available to you, like the shitty stuff, or not shitty, but the indulgent stuff available
Yeah.
at your home.
Mhm.
Shitty.
Yeah.
Yay.
I
I'm
would
in-
kill for an apple.
I'm
Oh
in
my
I'm in
Oh,
that
it's just
weird
the
place.
same.
Well, I'm in that weird place where A, I have a toddler, and then B, now that the
A
cat's out of
pig?
a toddler, I have a toddler pig. But the fact that I have a little dude, and then I also have, now that the cat is out of the bag, a pregnant wife.
Yeah.
The chips and stuff in this house, there's a bunch. There is a bunch of choices in this house that are not, up my alley. And, because of that, there is like also this thing of, like Stanger and I talk about eating kind of like over the sink, your healthy thing while the family eats. And that just, now that has to happen every day is wearing down on the family a little bit. So,
How you doing
my-
over there, Dad? Just like shoveling like chicken and rice in your
yeah,
mouth over
or
the
just
sink.
like having a protein, like
Mhm.
just having a protein shake, just like this the whole time. And just like,
Enjoy your breakfast,
you
everybody.
love
Yeah.
that?
You got it.
yeah, exactly. And it's just kind of like now, so now I'm like, I've had to be a little bit more lenient about it. And then that's just kind of hard transition, but
I've had kind of the, not opposite, but like I've had to get more comfortable, whereas before I'd be like, oh, well, of course I want to eat this meal with Drew, and of course, and like
yeah,
now the power, and not that I didn't, or he would guilt trip me or whatever, but like now I'm just like, no, and
Yeah.
it's fine. Whereas before it would be like, maybe I was finding excuses to do it, but like for me, getting more comfortable with like, yeah, we're eating different things, and like that's fine, and this is this, and that's that. For I
Yeah.
mean,
I think you're right on. And we've had questions in the past where people feel social pressure to eat food or like not make a healthy choice. And like what we've advised them on, and I think this has probably come up a lot for people now that are social distancing with friends or family or whatever. A lot of that's invented in your own mind. You think like, oh, I don't want to let the person down if I have something different. And you don't even give them the choice to be let down. You just have the food and then you resent it. Whereas if you just ate what you wanted, they probably wouldn't give a fuck.
yeah.
So
yeah. Although
you know.
there have been times where I was like, really? You don't want pizza? Okay, well, fuck you.
Yeah.
It's
So
like,
then there is some of that too that you got to balance too,
I
But
mean,
you can only really do that with the people that you spend that much time around anyway. So that's fine. I mean, there was a question, I think, on our
Oh yeah,
email.
we're rounding out the end here. So anybody that's watching right now live, if you want to ask some questions in the comments, we might
yeah.
have time to get to them. You can fire those off. But what was
But,
the email question?
Somebody was asking if, like, as far as it was like a parenting question and eating healthy, and like the fact that I would talk about with Quincy that, you know, if he didn't eat what we ate, he just didn't eat.
Mhm.
And I know that people thought that that was pretty harsh and like, you know, and now that he's at that age where it's like he is a lot more picky, we haven't really let up on that. I think a lot of the mentality is he will like, he's just being an asshole a little
Yeah.
bit. So like he will eat it because he will like it for the most part, but our main thing is we're not going out of our way to go like, what do you want? And then
Yeah.
just preparing his own meal. It's like, no, man, we're all eating some version of tacos.
Yeah.
So if you want to just eat the meat, just eat the meat. If you just want to eat the bread and the cheese, just eat that. But this is what has been prepared. Eat what you will of it, or you're not going to eat something else.
Yeah, that's the right move. Our house is like, it's like a short order cook. I mean, everybody's eating different shit.
Yeah.
Stone's got his own. He's picky, but that was because we indulged that, I'm sure. I probably wouldn't if it were just me, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
Whatever. This is
whisper into a microphone. It makes it a lot quieter.
Yeah, whisper and then broadcast it all.
Yeah.
This is where we're at now. But I mean, you can just take one look at how healthy Quincy is, and he's fine. He's getting, so anybody that's concerned about Eugene's militant structure over there for home, you just look out. And like kids are like,
yeah, just look at my haircut. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sticking to it.
You got to look at kids at like over 10 days. What are they
Yeah.
getting in 10 days? You can't look at it as like day to day. It's like 10 days. If they're getting all their nutritional needs met, they're going to be fine.
Yeah.
They're thriving.
Listen, he had a Frosty today with mom. They went out.
Nice.
They grabbed Frosties because that's what, you know, that's what Trish wants. That's what Quincy wants. And I get it. You can't make that. We've tried to make that at home. Can't make that at home. Not the same. Not the same.
Here's a fun one from Sophie. I have literally never eaten at Taco Bell. What's a good order if I want to try it, but will probably never eat again? LOL.
If you want
Toni,
to try it.
She wants to try it. What is she? Both you guys, what should you
I'm
get?
so curious why she hasn't had it before. I mean, good for her. No, that's just I guess healthy choices. I don't know.
I mean, if you eat meat, you have to go with like a Mexican pizza or something, right? That's like the classic.
Is that a classic?
Or like a crunch wrap, like the one that's like wrapped up.
Crunch wrap is a fun one. I think a chalupa. Yeah, this feels
Mexican,
like something.
Wait, hold on.
Like,
Eugene, Mexican pizza. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
They haven't, but yeah, you're very out of touch.
I mean, that's
They haven't made them.
Okay, Taco Bell, number one. You got to do the Mexican pizza that nobody talks about.
Whopper for sure. Yeah, step aside. Let the garbage person do what they will.
You're like trying to pretend to be an American or something.
Try the churros.
Yeah, I eat bad food. You gotta do Mexican pizza, right? I personally like I would say go with what I like to order. A chalupa with beans instead of meat. You don't have to add jalapenos, and you don't have to do it Baja style. By the way, if you say Baja, that just means that there's no dairy in it. So that can be a faster way. Anything can also be subbed with beans instead of meat, just to throw that out there. You don't have to.
Very vegetarian friendly.
Yeah, they're very vegetarian friendly. I think just like a potato taco is unique to them. It's not as common, but I like to get them. I'll get a potato taco. I think a regular taco would be, I mean, that's kind of universal, and then you get to like taste what they have. And then just try a classic burrito. They have green sauce or red sauce, and the green is more unique, unusual. I like both of them, but you can get just something like that. I'm so curious about this.
Yeah, I think Taco Bell, they kind of the wrap on them is they have 4 ingredients basically, and they just figure out different ways to kind of prepare those ingredients.
Geniuses.
Yeah, and they're really good at it. But yeah, I would say start with the basics, because they have a couple of things that they do really well that aren't intimidating at all. Because they have like this kind of part of their charm is they go crazy on the menu. Like they'll try all these weird combinations of things. But yeah, do the taco and the burrito, and maybe a soft taco too.
Maybe a
And then-
Mexican pizza.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it is a thing and you can get it.
It is on the menu,
But
but it
if
is
it were
very
like-
obtuse choice to pick.
I mean, you gotta get it.
You're going to
Fine.
Wendy's? Well, number one, do their baked potato.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what else is good at Wendy's.
This is like a side tangent, but I remember a guy I was dating being like, "Oh, I know where we could go." Didn't tell me we were like tipsy, and like finally we got to Wendy's, and I was like, "Wendy's?" He's like, "Yeah, you could get a baked potato." Like, I guess
wanted
I'll
to-
date you for a few more years.
Honey, I want to treat you. You get yourself a baked potato, all right?
Oh man. Well, those are
wanna
some of the
treat you.
choices for you,
Yeah, so-
Sophie. What's so funny is that Sophie also asked, this is an all Sophie question episode. Now it's like the real question or another question where it's, how do you guys stay so optimistic about your pre-quarantine workout goals? I was on my way to a 400-pound deadlift
That's
before all of
frustrating.
this, and I got stuck at home with 30-pound dumbbells and bands. So she is sad. So it's
400-pound deadlift?
yeah.
That's major.
Damn.
She was at 385. So yeah, she was 15 pounds away
Ah.
from a 400-pound deadlift. That's
You know,
impressive.
you've been
That's
hearing
so
about this,
impressive.
and you're thinking about the people in the Olympics where they
Yeah.
they're postponed, and like these people had like worked and trained, and basically you get 1 or 2 shots at the Olympics in your life, and you're trying to peak right at this time, and then it gets postponed or whatever it is. And so, but that, that everybody is dealing with their own little mini Olympics when you're trying to exercise and stay in shape, and to be on kind of a roll and then have something like this derail you is maddening. But
yeah, and it's
It's-
and it's a different time. And listen, this is not anything that any of us have had to deal with before. So you have to give yourself realistic expectations of life. That like things are going to get better. You are going to get there again. It's just about maintaining and trying to find gains in different ways, or like working on
Yeah.
other aspects of, your workout that you can.
Yeah, I think it might be a nice opportunity to be like, all right, I can't do this specific thing, which so impressive and so cool, but like, all right, what is a new challenge? What's my new 400 thing at
Yeah,
home? What's my
right.
new sort of goal that I can work to, and maybe these minor muscles or different things that will still help to kind of keep those active, but like a different goal.
Yeah, like the idea of having, locking your core in and
Yeah.
making sure that your core is staying strong for that deadlift. Lower back, like, like you got 30-pound dumbbells at home. It's like if you can keep strong and like doing some good mornings or things like that, that you're like you're locking in your core and your lower back. Like that's just going to keep you strong once you get back into a gym and be able to hit it. And it seems like we're getting closer than not of having gyms open up again. Like, that thing in Florida was very funny. Did you see that video?
No,
where people
I
were
didn't.
protesting and then like doing squats and stuff.
Doing
and the-
squats and push-ups, where basically it's just like, well, it looks like you can work out fine just on the street. So why do you
Yeah.
need a gym to open up? But I get the aspect of it, of how, a gym is, therapy for a lot of people, and getting to
Oh,
go to a
sure.
gym and getting that structure of going to a Go Tribe or having that community is something that keeps you mentally strong and working out hard. And I get that. And if you can go into a Target that's going to be packed with more people than the people that are focused on their fitness and their health at a gym, it seems a little bit one-sided. I
Uh-oh.
get it.
You
I
just
get it at
making
time.
You're making a stand, making a
No,
political stand.
I get it. I love the gym and I would love to go to the gym. Am I going to go in the next couple of months? No.
Yeah.
But that's just also me personally. But do I understand it being important for people? Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, Sophie, I agree with Huge and Tony. Maybe, if you never had a yoga practice, maybe start adding a yoga practice. And there's all this stuff that you can do that would benefit your Olympic weight training. So,
Yeah.
improving your range of motion, like Eugene was saying, strengthening that core, add a new goal in, make it fun. And then once you start fresh, after this quarantine, you'll be that much further ahead. So technically not starting fresh, but I don't know what I'm saying. That makes sense?
Yeah. It makes sense to me. Tony,
I got
might-
it.
Yeah. Yeah. It makes sense.
So like
It wasn't
Coca-Cola and
great.
Lay's chips is
Yeah. Like more of like a Funyuns and Sierra Mist situation.
Whoa. I'm so pissed when restaurants have Pepsi, but they have Sierra Mist instead of Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Is
I love
Mountain Dew Pepsi or is that
Pepsi.
it is? Sierra Mist is what, Coke?
No,
Or
it's
its own
Pepsi.
thing?
It's Pepsi. So it's like, wouldn't you have
Right.
Mountain
Yeah.
Dew, but instead they go for Sierra Mist? And it's
Mhm.
like,
What a crazy ripoff of a name too. That's like such a writer's room. Like,
Yeah.
all right, we can't do Mountain Dew, so
Sierra Mist.
yeah.
What about Mellow Yellow? Shut up, Ted.
Shut up, Ted, and go to Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here's one. Chiller Deck's been doing the same dumbbells body weight core workout for 4 years. Is it okay to not mix it up? He does it 3 times a week, 45 minutes.
I mean,
See,
that's pretty consistent for four
I know.
years.
4 years
4
he's
years.
checking in.
Also, body weight core with the same dumbbell. I mean, this guy's fucking was set. Like this guy they had the bunker already, you know. It's like I can work
Yeah.
out at home. I can do the same thing. I'll never get tired of it. I've been training for 4 years. This pandemic means
wow.
nothing to me.
I mean, I don't know if it's 3 times a week and it's the exact same workout every day for those 3 days. I don't know if that's like switched up, like meaning it's like, you know, total body every single day, same workout. I don't know what the breakdown is, but I feel like if you're not bored of it and it's doing what you need it to do, and which is, it feels like at this point just a cardiovascular workout, right?
Yeah, I think it depends on if you're not wanting to change, like gain or lose or
Yeah.
what have you, and it seems to be working this long. Are you out of breath? Do you feel like you're getting that workout? Then sure, stick
Yeah.
with it.
But if you're looking for
I'm curious.
goals, yeah, then I think you need to change it up a little bit. What are your thoughts, Stanks?
Same that if you're happy with where you are and you're not injured, I mean, the concern is, so even if it is working for you or it's just serving to maintain how you look and you're fine with that, how you look and feel, the concern would be some kind of repetitive stress injury. So if you're doing the same thing over and over and over again with no variance, you could get some kind of repetitive stress injury. But if you're not and you feel healthy and strong, I mean, especially right now, I mean, I guess we could say that for optimum benefit, you need to constantly be adapting and changing your workout, so that you're never, you know, achieving, you know, your body just wants to figure out the easiest way to do things, burning the least amount of calories and using the least amount of force and muscle. So it'll just kind of adapt. And that's why people are always changing their workouts and changing the elements of their workouts, reps, rest time, weight, that kind of shit. But I don't know if it's this kind of meditative thing and it's serving you, buddy. I say, hey, Chiller Decks, enjoy that fucking 3 times a week, 45 minutes with them dumbbells and body weight.
Yeah.
And you can laugh all the way to the gym.
Got
What?
him.
Yeah,
Got him.
way to really give him a zinger at the end there. A zinger
No,
of
he's
positivity.
zinging us.
Yeah.
I meant that he was zinging us. He's
Got
laughing
it.
all the way, not going to the gym.
Got it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Then yeah.
I think my edible's kicking in.
Yeah. I think mine is too.
Yeah.
Root beer. Root beer.
Root beer.
Toni, is there anything that you want to plug or anything that's going on with you that you feel like chatting out to peeps, especially during quarantine time?
Chatting out?
Yeah, chatting out.
All right.
Yap about it. Talk about it.
Yap about it.
Chat it out.
Chat it up.
Chat it up. No, not really. I'm glad everybody is safe and healthy, and try to stay that way. I know it's not great, and to the people that have to work, I mean, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
I guess Stanger and I are doing a show Friday
Oh yeah.
at 8.
On the UCB page? I don't know. What is it? On the UCB
I don't know,
YouTube
yeah.
page?
Yeah. I believe it's probably on the UCB YouTube page. Is it just Bangarang doing the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Just Bangarang doing the show.
So yeah, come hang out with us. We'll figure it out together, I guess.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great.
I'm trying to think if I wanted to plug a podcast.
Oh yeah.
The plot thickens. I have nothing to do with that, but it looks like a good podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a good one.
It
You haven't
looks
even
like a good
listened
one?
to it.
Or I haven't listened to it yet, but it looks like a good one.
I
And there
love
was
this.
and then there was another
You're
one.
plugging. Who is that? Do you know somebody who's part
no,
of that?
no.
just- Are you
I
just
love
looking at-
pods.
You're just looking at your phone and you're just saying things that are suggested for you, and you're
Yeah.
suggesting them for other people.
Yeah. Well, Everything Iconic is a podcast that I listen to a lot.
Oh, good.
So yeah, I'll plug that one. Again,
Yeah.
nothing to do with it. It's a good podcast.
That's good. I
Hey,
mean,
people are looking for content.
people are looking for content, and
Sure,
people are
yeah.
looking for ways to, like, to try things that are new. So yeah, why not?
Why
I
not?
love it. How can people reach you on the social medias?
At Toni Charlene, Charline, on Instagram.
Oh boy, here we go. Oh,
I think
boy.
it's great. We're wrapping up.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you can reach us at the Dumbbells on all social media. You can email us at askthedumbbells@gmail.com.
Yes, and this is this for those of you listening at home and not on our YouTube live. This was recorded on a Tuesday at 2:30 p.m. We're doing these indefinitely, I guess, until the lockdown ends, maybe even beyond that.
Seems like July at least.
Yeah, it seems like July at least. So yeah, if you want to watch this happen live and listen and interact with us there, post your questions to the comments. Check out our YouTube page. The link for it is on our Instagram. It's in the bio. And on behalf of myself and Eugene Cordero, the Dumbbells, and everybody that's on the chat board right now commenting with us, and our wonderful guest today, Toni Charlene.
Yeah.
We like to remind everybody that's out there listening to Train Dirty
Eat clean.
and live in between.
Yeah.
I flubbed it up.
No, you didn't. You just
Little
flubbed.
bit.
You just flubbed up the
Remain.
beginning.